What up, what up, what up, what it do? Got a question for you. Or I'm heard it through the grapevine that you want to start a podcast? You want to launch one? Check it out. If that's what you want to do, I got the roadmap for you. So stick around. Stick around. We're going to launch this podcast. I'm going to give you the step-by-steps to help you get to your podcast launching as quickly as possible. Stay tuned. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the world of podcasting. Welcome to the Chronicles, the Solopreneur Chronicles activation channel. Nah, we ain't gonna call it that. We're gonna come up with a name for it. But hey, man, welcome to the world of podcasting. Listen, if you have a great idea inside of your head, but you aren't too particularly sure on where to start, listen, this guide, this roadmap, everything we're doing today will help you out. I'm going to break down the exact steps to help you turn your idea inside of your head into a monetizable podcast that stands out. If you're ready, we're going to rock out. So before we go any further, I need you to do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the channel. Turn on your bell notifications, all of that. And then also jump over to Apple or jump over to Spotify, whichever one you prefer. Look for the Solopreneur Chronicles. Subscribe to the podcast, download your episode, tell a friend to tell a friend, but also leave us a review because it helps us find more solopreneurs who are in need of the same exact transition that you are in need of, okay? So we got that out of the way. We got that PSA out of the way. Step number one is this. Start with your why. Take a moment to write this down. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? So write it down in your words and you're coming from your mouth. Say, why do I want to do this? Because that's your why. And your why is your anchor. See, this right here will keep you focused, help motivate you when the process seems overwhelming. Now, trust me, starting a podcast can be overwhelming. Now, whether you're sharing your expertise, building a brand, or you are simply connecting with your audience, having clarity, just a small bit of clarity on your purpose will drive you to your success. So make sure you write down your why. Step number 2, find your topic, find your audience, and find your niche. Your podcast should focus on something you're passionate about. Something you can talk about for hours and hours. Never get tired and can explain it and have people be like, yeah, we need to rock out with that. So in order for you to stand out in a crowded space, pick a specific angle. Pick a specific angle. For example, instead of starting generic, instead of you sitting there just going at it all by your lonesome, saying you want to start a business podcast, focus on how to scale your business as a solopreneur. Trust me, you have niche down, got specific, and hit a target audience with a topic that everybody in that niche is looking for. So that's what you need to do. So while you are doing that, do some research. Look into similar podcasts. We're not here to copy. We're not here to steal. What we are here to do is we're here to look at what the competition is doing. By knowing what the competition is doing, you can then say, okay, who are they speaking to? What are they doing well? And how can I offer something very unique? In other words, you need to see what they're doing and then figure out how you can flip it for you to work and make yours stand out more in that crowd. That you don't want to be the red fish in the Red Sea. You want to be the red fish in the blue sea. You want to stand out. All right. Now, step number 3, plan your format and structure. People want to say, why? What you mean, why? Plan it out. Now that you've taken the time, now that you've sat down and you've mapped everything out, you take it out and you chose your niche, it's time to plan. So formatting decides if you're a solo episode podcaster, if you're going to do interviews, if you're going to have a co-host, or are you going to be storytelling? Choose what feels natural to you. A lot of people want to tell you, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, that's the list. Look at it, feel what is natural to you, and then roll with it. Number 2, you got to have your structure. With your structure, you want to sit there, you want to outline the flow of the episode. You want to keep it moving. You want to have your intro, your main content, and your outro. Now, for me, I have a pre-roll, lead into my intro. We jump into my content. Then I give you some actionable tips. Once I give you these actionable tips, then I give you my chronicle. I share the experiences that I've gone through. And then we hit the outro. Simple. My podcast usually lasts around about 25, 30 minutes. I'm covering enough ground to feed you, to nurture you. And then after I do all of that, I'm going to slide on out of the way. That's how you do it. That's exactly how you structure out a podcast. Now, the next step in this one, in step number 3, is the length. Now, there's no particular length that you have to have. It could be anywhere from a 5-minute podcast. It's a micro podcast, anywhere to an hour. The average is 30 to 45 minutes. I shoot for 20 because the attention span of America today is kind of small. We got 3 to 5 seconds to hook you in. Once we hook you in, guess what? Boom, we out of there. If my podcast doesn't give you what you want at that particular time, I know you leaving. So I got to make sure that you're correct. So that's how we do it. Okay. And then you post a schedule. This is where you need to be consistent. Everything I'm talking about, you have to have consistency. But this right here is where you really need to hone in on, because either you're going to do this weekly, you're going to do this bi-weekly, you're going to post once a month, or be realistic without being burnt out and consistently build the trust. Some people can do a daily podcast. We're not doing daily. Typically you go for a week. You want to build trust. Now with us over here, with I keep saying us, I'm a solopreneur. Myself over here at the Solopreneur Chronicles, we are doing it this way. Every Monday, 6 a.m. podcast is uploaded. The prequels is a lot of shorts that we are building up to. And then that Friday, we have Chronicle Stories, where we focus on specific situations in business. And we are ready to launch a new series, the Chronicles Coffee Talk, where we're going to interview some local entrepreneurs just to get the word out. Like, that's what we want to do, man. It's all about helping. I'm not charging. I'm hoping they're not going to say, well, I need a fee or anything like that. I'm going to reach out. It's either going to be yay or nay. So that's how you do that. All right. Now, step number 4. Yeah, baby, we are rolling. Step number 4, set up your recording space. I have my home office that I work out of a lot. You got to make sure that you have the quality of your audio can make or break you. You got to understand that the quality of your audio can make or break you. You want to set it up yourself? Listen, you want a quiet space. You want some treatment. You want to have a mic. Right now, I'm using a USB mic, but I have a Rhodes mic. I have a Tascam. I just ordered. Well, I don't know if I ordered it. Did I order it? Maybe my assistant ordered it. The Rodecaster Duo. Just got a brand new Sony Z7, Z11, Z10, Z11 camera to add to it. Like, you just got to be able to. You got to be able to be in a space that you're comfortable in, that you can get through your episodes and everything flows out perfectly for you. All right. Now, if you're a beginner, use your iPhone. Equipment that you're going to need it just starts simple. If you listen, most people start out on a budget. So everything that we can tell you is going to be budgetized. Okay. Now, use your iPhone with some wired headphones. All right. But if you can get to a microphone, listen, get your Audio Tech ATR 2100. Which is a USB mic. You can take a See, right now I'm really shooting this on because I don't know the Sony yet. I'm really shooting this on my iPhone 16. The mic that I have is a USB, so I'm running my mic to my phone. I mean, this is cool. I didn't even know I could do it. I learned this over the weekend. I was like, I'm gonna test it out. We're gonna get it cracking. All right. And then if you're at pro level, you want to get you most people go with the Schumann mics because the quality is so outstanding. I'm cheap. I'm a budget guy. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to keep it funky right here with that. Now, if you're going to do some video content, all right, if you plan to share video clips on your phone, on a basic webcam, that works. And the quality might not be as good, but hey, you can find some high qualities. Now, if you want to get into the pro tips, you get you a DSLR camera, i.e. the Sony. Okay, so that's something you need to do. Now, recording and editing your episode, which is step number 5. Here's some recording options. If you're doing it in person, you want to use this free software called Audacity. Now, if you are an Apple user, you can use GarageBand. Now, if you're doing remote tools like what I'm using right now, Riverside.fm, I'm going to leave a description down below. Makes things so seamlessly. Like, everybody will tell you to go to StreamYard. Everybody will tell you to use OBS. Listen, Riverside FM, one price. I can stream live. I can do my talking head videos. I can shoot my podcast. I can even do a podcast for my buddy and be the producer while him and his team are running their podcast. And I'm good. A lot of people don't get, I'm good. So Riverside.fm, the software that I use helps me out, helps me get to the point where I'm smooth enough to say, okay, the price that I'm paying, I can do more with this than a lot of people can. I can even edit my edit my episodes. I can add intros. I can do branding. I can do noise I can do a whole lot of stuff. Noise cancellation. They have some AI tools, and then I can also write my transcripts in there. My show notes is in there. I can do a whole lot with Riverside FM. Like I said, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. So we want to remove background noise because a lot of times you got your dogs barking, you got a little echo. You want to be able to do all of that. If you don't have the access to or the funds to get some of this stuff, Adobe has to where you can do podcasts to enhance your audio. You can just go on there for free. Has to be an MP3 format. You can learn how to master this stuff in Audacity or GarageBand. Now, if you got money, Adobe Premiere and Final Cut are your top notches. But I tell you what, you want to do some real good stuff, man. Listen, CapCut and DaVinci Resolve. I use DaVinci Resolve. They're free. Now, to get some of the features on CapCut, you pay a little change. DaVinci Resolve is free. Free. So that's what you want to do, man. So you have to be able to do all of that. Now, here's the next step. Choosing your hosting platform. Your podcast needs to have a home. Hosting platforms upload your episodes and distribute them streaming to your streaming platforms, like services like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. All right. Free options is Anchor. I first started on Anchor. Yeah. I first started on Anchor. It's user-friendly, plus it's budget-friendly. It's free. Now, you got some paid options, Buzzsprout, offers a robust feature. Listen, I use Red Circle. It gives me my analytics. It gives me it lets me schedule it out. I use Red Circle. All right, so I'm just telling you. Yeah. They're not paying me for this. I'm just telling you, I use Red Circle. Now, how do you promote a podcast? Oh, it's simple. Promoting your podcast is so simple. Social media is one of the top ones that you can use. Tools like Canva, tools like Photoshop, now the free ones, Canva. But now, again, some things they say are free, but if you want to get some good quality graphics that you can use with this audio editing, you got to pay a little bit of money, $12, or you can go over there, get Creative Cloud, and have Photoshop, and really get technical. But that's a lot to do, man. You got to plan everything out during the week. That's a lot to do. So, but to grow your audience, promote your every episode. I mean, you got to have a schedule. You got to have a schedule. So, social media clips, share highlights and moments from your podcast. I talked about that earlier. And again, Riverside allows me to do that. Riverside will take the long form video and then turn around and let me chop it up. And I got social media clips that I can start promoting. All right. So, also cross promotions, be a guest on another podcast or have a guest come on your podcast. And then guess what? You swap information. You swap the file. See, like the Coffee Talk, Chronicles Coffee Talk. Guess what that's about to be? Budding entrepreneurs in my city, because that's where I'm going to start. And then I'm going to say, well, listen, I'm going to record you. I'm going to interview you. When I'm finished, I'm going to give you the files just as well as you upload whenever you want to upload them. I'll let you know when I'm going to upload the podcast. You can start promoting. And then the episodes will be there. Okay? So that's how you do that. And then repurpose your content. Listen to this. One video can turn into 20 to 40 pieces of content. Because you got to understand now. Here's the thing. One video, that's one piece of content, right? So now, if your podcast is 30 to 40 minutes long, Riverside is going to spit out 6 to 8 pieces of content. Now, here's where a lot of people don't understand when I say one long form video can turn into 30 to 40 pieces. One video is one, right? You could take and transcribe that, make it a blog post. That's 2. You following me? So you got 2 pieces of content right now. You can still take and break some of those down and use those on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So now let's say you want to post on these particular platforms and say you get 5. So that's 15. That's 17 already. 17 pieces of content. You shooting 5 a day. 18. Yeah, no, yeah. Wait a minute. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook posts. So let's say you're shooting out 6. You shoot out 6 posts a day on each one with the repurposed content. All right. So that's 3 platforms. So that's 18 pieces of content because each one of them got to be tailored different. And then you have 20 pieces because you got the blog post and you got the long form thing, right? Now, again, you're at 20 already. Now take the videos. So you spitting out 6 videos. Now it's going to add up because if you got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got Twitter, you got Snapchat, you got TikTok, and you got LinkedIn. Each one of these platforms you can upload videos on. So that's 36 pieces of content right there. 36. Added to the 20. That's what? 56 pieces of content. Boy, you repurpose it. You a living swell. All right. So that's how you promote your podcast. Step number 8, monetize your podcast. Once your show is up and running, it's time to generate some income. Offer some sponsorships, do some affiliate marketing, i.e. if you click that link below or you DM me to get the link, okay? DM me to get the link. If you sign up, I get a small commission. Once you pay, you keep it. You learn how to use it. You can in turn do the exact same thing. You could be the person to say, I got 7 friends. Okay. They paying $29. You getting 20 to 30% of what they're paying. I think it's how it goes. Start getting a check. So now you got 2 streams of income, because once everybody starts following you, you start monetizing. Oh, by the way, do some exclusive content, offer some bonus episodes or early access. If you get good and everybody's loving it, man, listen, offer some bonuses, like some mini courses that you can talk about that leads into this particular one. All right. Do some merchandise, and then do some courses and some events. Yeah, like, don't be afraid. Whatever niche you're in, like, I'm saying every business needs a podcast. But if you have a podcast and you're focusing on promoting your business free, all right, this is the way to do it. So that's what you need to do, man. So let's talk about this. All right. So starting a podcast might feel overwhelming, but breaking into the, actionable steps makes it more manageable. I hope you wrote that down. If not, I'm gonna make this a checklist for you. All right. So what I'm gonna need you to do, possibly, don't know yet. Now we're gonna make it a checklist. Holler at your boy. We're gonna get it out to you. Now, it's your turn to take some action. See, over here at the Chronicles, we not no tire kickers. We take action. Jot down everything or listen to everything. Go back and listen to it again. But you got to subscribe to this channel, because this is going to lead into very, 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 very much more information that you can have. Okay. And then, get that idea out of your head and out into the open, because whatever you say could be the next viral video. It could be something that is important. It could be something that changes somebody's life. That's what you want, given the value. The value is more satisfaction. And once you start feeling that value, you want to start spitting it out. Trust me, the income will come. Okay. Now, if you found this guide helpful, hit the subscribe button and follow me for more podcasting tips and tricks. All right. Have a question, drop me a comment, and we'll connect through social media. Follow me over on Solopreneur Chronicles over on Instagram, podcast over on Instagram. I'm sorry. We working. I got my team working on the my team is my kids. My team is working on my LinkedIn. We just switched over, getting the name changed for Facebook. Everything, every platform is where you're gonna be able to find it. At. I'm going to be, I shall be the #1 podcast for solopreneurs, business startups. We want to take and help you build your one-person business through the podcast in the next year. All right. That's the 5 ones. Listen, I got 1 target audience. I got 1 traffic source. I got 1 offer on 1 platform for 1 year. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. My peace.